Can you dig it, sucker?
Yo, 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 yo. Okay, I think sound good.
Can you dig it, sucker?
We almost on. Checking a few things out, making sure we good.
Can you dig it, sucker? Can you dig it, sucker?
Shame!
Round 2. Fight!
Appreciate that, Joe. Let's go.
Round 2. Fight!
Can you dig it, sucker?
Oh, you want something too, old man? Oh, you want something too, old man?
Stop playing, Shane. Let's go. How everybody doing? Look, I got the green screen messed up. Hold up. Can I fix that? Which side is on? You know, I'll be knocking stuff back, man. I got the drink. Let me try to fix that, man. I'll be knocking stuff over. I'm already drinking, man. It's too early. I'm jamming. That good. That's about to be as good as it's going to get. I ain't messing with that, man. All right. Cut the music. What's going on, everybody? I want to say, first and foremost, you can be anywhere else in the world. You are here with your dog. I appreciate it. Dap me up, hairy knuckles and all. We got a wonderful damn show. I want to get to the chat and get to a roll call, and we're going to dive right into the show. We got here my man, G.I. Joe. You already know, one of the hardest working men out there. Give it up for Joe. Joe, great to see you. We got Shane all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Shout out to our people all the way from Melbourne, Australia. All right, we got to give it up.
Can you dig it?
We definitely can give it up for those folks out there in Melbourne, Australia, man. We appreciate you, man. All right, and when you come to America, man, just let me know, man. I got my passport, too. I can come see you. You ain't said nothing but a word, but we're going to get to the show, man. Shane, I appreciate you tuning in. Everybody else, I see you in the background. Even if you ain't burning the chat up, it's all good. I want to say cheers, and let's get to the show. Woo! Oh, my goodness. I opened y'all up, and I ain't going to lie, y'all, I'm going off today. I'm going off. That warmed up my chest. All right, let's get to it. Straight to our first segment. We always love. All right, guys. Everyone knows this is one of our top segments, along with Choose Your Fate. This one right here is going down. We got Moses Crime Weekly, and we got some interesting things. So I want to go ahead and start this by Moses Crime Weekly is where we dive in. We dive in deep to crimes surrounding video games. There's too many crimes going on with video games that we don't get to see. Okay, I just hit a button. That's how you already know I'm lit. Okay, but there's too many games that get played and something happens, right? Guys fight over Madden. You know what I mean? Or I go meet someone to buy a PlayStation 5. It goes down. There are many different incidents, and we have them happen every day, but they don't get the attention they deserve. That's what we are here for. Okay? Now, everybody should be able to hear me okay? All right? Let me know if I'm too loud, screaming too loud, whatever. But this first story starts around Dynamis One. Dynamis One, bring your ass to the front of the congregation. This company was founded in April of 2024 by several key members who previously worked on Blue Archive. Now, for those who do not know what Blue Archive is, it is a popular mobile RPG by Nexon Games, all right? Among these members was CEO, and I might butcher this, but everybody work with me, CEO Park Young-rim, who played a significant role in Blue Archive's Japanese development. Now, shortly after their departure, Dynamis One announced Project KV. A game that many fans surely noticed right after its uncanny resemblance to Blue Archive. Somebody steal something. It wasn't long before the project was met with backlash, accusations, plagiarism, everything came front. But after 1 week from its announcement, Project KV was abruptly canceled. Okay. However, wasn't the end of the damn story. On February 24th of 2025, the Seattle Metropolitan Police conducted a search and seizure raid at Dynamis One's office.
Round 2. Fight.
Yes, a raid. And I want y'all to hear that clearly. A search and seizure raid. Yes, when they start doing these search and seizure raids, they're grabbing anything. They're grabbing the TVs off the wall, any USB drive they find, a microwave. I mean, anything that's an electronic device, they're probably going to grab. So this search and seizure went on in Dynamis One's offices. And guess what they found? Yes, evidence that suggested the company's executives had illegally taking development materials from an unreleased Nexon project codenamed MX Blade. Now, the CEO and several key staff members were indicted under Korea's Unfair Competition Prevention Act. Okay? Now, I'm not going to dive too much into it, but I'm going to tell you this is going to have some huge ramifications. And a lot of people think that this might just be like a one-off or something, right? No, it's not going to be a one-off. I'm going to tell you why. What's going to happen is you're going to have stricter security measures. So now when people leave companies, they're going to be watching you. They're going to see what you leave with, what you're taking from the company emails, no matter what it is, because this could have happened to any video game company, and this could be very detrimental. Imagine a game like Grand Theft Auto 6 being plagiarized by another gaming company after they left Rockstar. That would be absurd. Okay, so you have to think like that. There's going to be harsher penalties, I guarantee, moving forward. And any developer, game developer, writer, producer that comes on to video games now, I guarantee you, there is going to be some type of clause in there. We already got enough clauses as it is to where you know, the no compete clause and this clause. You got so many clauses where you can't even leave and start businesses even similar to where you are. So it's just going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse thanks to Dynamis One. Okay? Now, we're going to move on. Wow, that one stuck right on my arm there. That was good. I got too many things to talk about here, like I told you. We're on to great subjects. I got too much hot topics to talk about, so I got to move on. This one. Early in the morning on February 22nd, 2025, yes, February 22nd, was not long ago, and I told you, we only cover recent damn news, okay? Police responded to a stabbing call on Scott Street Southwest in Atlanta. Shout out everybody out there in Atlanta, Georgia, okay? Dap me up, Harry Knuckles and all.
Round 2. Fight.
It went down in Atlanta, Georgia. Officers arrived to the scene. They found an 18-year-old male with a superficial stab wound on his left forearm. Now, fortunately, his injuries were minor, but he was treated on site, right? So they're wondering, who's this person that did this? So you wonder, who was the person? His 14-year-old younger brother.
Can you dig it, sucker?
That's crazy. 14-year-old younger brother, yes. He got arrested and taken into custody at Metro Regional Youth Detention Center. My folks out there in Atlanta know what that's about. All right. Authorities confirmed that the altercation started over a video game, though they have not disclosed which game was at the center of the conflict. Guys, I want to say something. This is what we do this segment for. I want to get deep into these crimes. These are crimes that happen every day. How often do we see fights going viral because of a video game being played? Tough competition in Madden, fighting games, and nothing gets announced. Doesn't hit the news. I don't think anybody mentioned this. I didn't see this anywhere. Now, the names of the two teenagers have not been released. I think that's good. Keep their lives sacred. But right now, we got a 14-year-old younger brother. On February 22nd. This is at 6:26 in the morning. All right? They up all night. You know how they go. It's late. They tired. 14-year-old stabbed the 18-year-old brother. It's a shame. Now, I just want to tell everybody, if you are playing video games and it's competitive games, just make sure that you got the person right there. That's... and I don't want to go too much off script, but I'm from the old school. Local co-op was a thing. You got your ass whooped. You got hands put on you. That's what it was. If you was willing to try something, I just beat your ass. Okay, that's how I work. We ain't doing that. We're not here for that. Video games should equal nonviolence. Okay, we only whoop ass in the game, not outside the game. We not doing that. We not doing that, man. Okay? Let's move on. Yo, these flicks of papers are wonderful. You see how they coming back? Hold on. I got the boomerang stuff down. Let's go. Okay. Now, we're moving on to next. Like I told you, we got too much. I got Switch news, unlock Switch. We got too much stuff going on, man. Too much to cover. All right. Now, this one here is a love story that ended tragically, with the unaliving of 4 individuals. This was something I have not heard. I didn't see it talked about anywhere. But yeah, it's true. So I want everyone to imagine meeting someone online and you fall in love, right? You're playing all night, talking to each other. It's all sweet. It's all sweet. But this was something sweet that turned into a nightmare in Pierce County, Washington. 6 years ago, Shane Vossler and Sue Ben Lee met in the world of Overwatch. Who would fucking believe they would meet in the world of Overwatch? But this is a popular online shooter. Now, Shane played the flashy, confident D.Va. For those who don't know D.Va, you throw out the whole D.Va mech, boom, blow everybody up, kill everybody, and you come out there and do your thing. So he's showing off. While Sue always chose the silent, deadly Hanzo. I want people to just take that in because I think this has some context to everything. Shane was a loner from Washington who lived with his parents at home, and Sue was an isolated digital artist from Massachusetts. She spent most of her time online. Small circle of gaming friends. They were inseparable. They're like king and queen. They went on and on. So, of course, what happens when you start falling in love? Every fella, y'all, we got to stop doing this too, fellas. But I was a sucker too. I ain't gonna lie. I was a sucker. I did the same thing. But yes, Shane moved Sue right in to his home in 2021. But what y'all don't realize is that Shane did not live by himself. Shane lived with his parents. It ain't nothing wrong with living with parents. Now, I just want to say that. For those who live with parents, it's nothing wrong with living with parents. But I want to say, as a man, when you start moving women in, you got to start planning out soon. Okay? The nest should be already built. There should be some birdies over there building it. I'm just saying. Now, worst part of all this is that Shane's parents are very religious. Yes, this is William and Eileen Vossler. They terribly disapproved of his relationship with Sue Ben Lee. Now, I don't know why. Some people, there are a lot of things online. There were some people stating racial reasons. Because Sue Ben Lee, yes, you can tell by the name, is of Asian descent. And Shane of Caucasian descent. So there was something there. And also them being very religious. So people thought that, but I don't know. With them gaming all the time, living in the house together, you got 2 parents, I don't know. But Shane was always dutiful. He did everything, man. He watered the lawn at 3 a.m. He got up, he worked. He was like one of those children that's why he stayed in the home. Parents wanted to keep him close. But when Sue got in the picture, everything changed. One summer night in 2024, something snapped and the unaliving happened. Let's talk about it. July 24th, William and Eileen Vossler were stabbed and unalived in their own home. Yes, unalived in their own home. William suffered blunt force trauma, and both of the victims' bodies were stuffed in a freezer. And just like that, Shane and Sue had erased Shane's parents from their memory. Now, of course, can't end like that. For 6 months, they lived in the house, and guess what? They pretended like nothing happened. Gaming, streaming, playing Overwatch. They talking to everybody like, oh, it's sweet. It's sweet. Lo and behold, December came around, and of course, one of Shane's longtime friends, Paris, felt something was wrong. Haven't heard from Shane in a while. He wasn't responding to messages. Then she found a note, suicide note, hidden in Sue's online blog. So on New Year's Eve, December 31st, deputies arrived to the 1800 block of Eastwood Avenue for a welfare check. And what did they find? They found that Shane, Sue were both unalive upstairs from pop, yes, shot wounds to the head. This was an apparent unaliving pact that they had. William and Eileen, in a state of decomposition, excuse me, I ain't used to talking about this now, excuse me. They were in a state of decomposition and were found frozen in the kitchen with a note that said, it was taped to the refrigerator that said, time of death, July 24th. And it was written by either Shane or Sue. Nobody knows. It was a big fallout. A lot of people want to get to the bottom of it. But one thing we know for certain, if y'all got people that play online all the time and don't go outside and touch grass, and they live inside these online bubbles where they play in clans, they don't really have anyone else. When they go to the store, they're not talking to people. You really got to check in on them, man. We need some mental checks on them fast, because what I see happening is people being sucked into video games 24/7, and before you know it, they don't even know what the outside world's even doing, and they just, oh, let's get rid of our parents. Shane and Sue, shame on you, but condolences to all the family members outside of them who have to deal with this loss. I do feel for you, all the Vossler family, also the Lee family. I do want to send my strong condolences, because this is something that's not only tragic. I could imagine, just losing one member's a lot. Losing 4 members of a family, especially if you're close or, families intertwined, it's pretty deep. Pretty deep. All right. Now, let's move on. That's it for Moses Crime Weekly, y'all. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead. I hope I'm switching this right, because y'all know I be screwing stuff up all the time. Bam, Nintendo Switch 2 news. This is all me, by the way. Everything you see is all me, by the way. I make my own graphics. I do my own switching, everything. And usually I had the Stream Deck working, but it's not working right now. So I want you guys to know I can take a shot of whatever and still be able to handle anything. Get it right. Let's get them right. I'm just getting them straight. All right, here we go. Nintendo Switch 2, y'all. This is what, come on, man.
Round 2.
Yo.
Fight.
I might have to take another one for this, man. Let me stop, because I'm going to be slurring my words, and we're not even going to have good news. And I want you guys to get good news, okay? So I'll just drink a little bit of Coke, and I don't even know if Coke gets blurred on monetization, but who cares? Nintendo Switch 2, y'all. I'm going to dive in. I want to dive into all the Switch 2 news. I know a lot of people talk about the current Nintendo Switch. I've done a lot of videos for the modding scene. Shout out to everybody out there in the modding scene. All my people who play your modded games, modding your systems and all that, they want to know, is the mixed Switch going to work on the Switch 2? What's happening with Unlock Switch? A lot of other news. I'm just going to say, as far as Unlock Switch goes, they say things still rolling, man. They say things still rolling, and if things go and we get stuff, we're going to show it here. I don't know. It's been a lot of drama, so I ain't going to get too much into it. But we need to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, y'all. I want to say first piece of news. This is so much to unpack. The release date has been delayed, but strategically timed, okay? So it was initially rumored that the console was going to come out in May of 2025. We had a lot of people talking about it here, but insiders now predict a mid to late June 2025 release, which I think is a perfect time for the summer. A lot of people are getting out of school, man. They ready to play the game. This is going to be a hot summer for Nintendo if they drop it like it's hot right there in June 2025. Now, a former Nintendo sales lead claims that this is strategic. Now, you can trust these Nintendo sales leads with a grain of salt. There's a lawsuit right now that Nintendo's dealing with, and we can talk about that another day. That's going to be a whole nother video. But still, they said it's going to be a big summer sales push during the vacation seasons because people are going to be traveling. And marketing wise, I'm not going to lie, they kind of had me. I'm like, all right, if I was in an investor meeting, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But I just think that travel is not going to be as frequent with what we're seeing. And socially, a lot of people are scared to even fly and other things. So things could change in a snap. So I think when you make plans on releasing a console based on travel in a world today, you have to make those judgments a month before release. It is that tight nowadays because things have switched like that. But that's my own personal opinion. They also feel like there's going to be no direct competition with PlayStation or Xbox hardware updates because there'll be no other consoles coming out at that time. And that's also here nor there. I think that's kind of true. We can say that the price point may make people during those summer months who are working, especially a lot of kids coming up, they may decide, do I want to go to a portable console like a Switch 2 or do I want to pay a little more and get a console? So I don't know, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But also the biggest thing that they mentioned is building the hype. I will say the hype is here. Like I ain't gonna lie, they can continue building it because GTA 6 is one of those games that has still continued the snowball effect of building hype, and it has not gone down even with the leaks. And a lot of leaks. This is probably it's not probably. It is the most leaks I have seen for any console release in any history of console gaming. I don't care what you say. We can debate that. Whatever. That's just facts. Okay. This is another big thing for Nintendo Switch 2 that a lot of people were worried about is the price point. Okay, we got to talk about this. Let's get the sound.
Round 2. Fight.
Let's go. $400 to $450, y'all. How do you feel about that? I want to say that first. How does everybody feel about that? If the Nintendo Switch 2 was to release for $400 to $450, is that a good price point? All right, now this is supposed to be $450 for a premium model and $400 for a standard edition. So it's not like you're just paying $450 for the standard edition. That would be the premium, maybe more memory, some extra accessories, possibly come with a game, things like that. But you're talking about $50 extra, which is a very close price point to consoles like the PlayStation 5 for $500 or the Series X for $500. And who knows if sales are going to happen when Nintendo Switch 2 released their consoles. For me, I'm sorry. I think the pricing is a bad idea. I just got to add my 2 cents in there first. I would love to hear your opinions, though. I would love to hear. Please burn the chat up, okay? So another thing is this would make Nintendo this is the most expensive console. Let me think. Yes, this is the most expensive Nintendo console ever. I don't think even when Nintendo Switch released, I think it was around a $300 price point. And I think other versions were $350, if I'm not mistaken. So this price point is pretty high, to be honest, for a Nintendo Switch console. But I agree with it because I don't know. I'm going to explain something, and somebody might roll with me if you understand sports. It's kind of like the market for quarterbacks. Sometimes you overpay for quarterbacks because of the market, and I think that's where pricing is for consoles right now. The market for a Nintendo Switch original console is it's pretty low priced, man. You're getting in for $200, $150, $250, right? And if you want an OLED, you start talking $300 with accessories, $300. You start going up in price points. So where do you get to a Nintendo Switch 2, and what is the opening price point? So I do think $400 has to be the price point, but I just think it's a rough price point for a Nintendo Switch 2. But first party titles is where it's going to be at for them. Now, this is still cheaper though than the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. Still cheaper. Okay, power's what I worry about. What if someone buys a PlayStation 4 Pro for around the same amount and has a more powerful console? But that's here nor there. Okay, let's go ahead. That's the price. Let's get off the price point. Let's talk about some more Nintendo Switch 2 news, which you guys are here for. Okay, let's talk about new things, key features, innovations. I think that's what a lot of people like to talk about. One that everybody has talked about and have run down to the damn ground is larger OLED display. Guys, we know about the OLED display, but I'll go ahead and explain it again. It is expected to improve visuals with over 7 inches, okay, of OLED Switch screen, baby. Over 7 inches. That sounds pretty paused. Let me take that back. I don't want to say it like that. The screen is going to be a little bit over 7 inches. It might be 7 inches. I don't know, but I don't want to say it like that. That was so pause-worthy. My bad, y'all. There's also going to be Joy-Con upgrades. That's what I'm most excited about because I do believe Nintendo Switch, the original console, could have done these things even through updates, but I may be mistaken on that. There's going to be a new mouse mode feature that could enhance gameplay. A lot of people talk about first-person titles being able to play similar to a mouse and keyboard, and now you can have Nintendo Switch owners playing just as on point and accurate as PC players when it comes to first-person shooters. That is very interesting for that mouse mode. That is something I'm burn up the chat. How do you guys feel about mouse mode for the Joy-Con on Nintendo Switch 2? I really want to know how you feel. Now, the magnetic attachment system. I thought at first this was pretty cool, but after they showed the video and you see that connector, I'm worried about that connector. I'm very worried about that breaking off. But outside of that, this system supposedly eliminates drift issues some way. I don't know how. That's what I'm hearing. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Somebody say something. But I don't know what the hell this magnetic system has to do with the drift. I would think it's Hall effect joysticks or something along those lines. But nonetheless, that is something that was stated. Okay. And another thing is there's possibly going to be a rotatable gameplay mechanic, and I'm very curious to see that. So imagine playing games and taking out the Joy-Con, rotating it, or rotating the system with the Joy-Cons in certain ways to play. It really does add an element to the Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm not gonna lie, if this works well, Nintendo bastards, I'm sorry, you are the best innovators when it comes to video games and consoles. I'm sorry. The innovations that Nintendo makes year after year is amazing, and people can deny that all they want. I'm a Microsoft fanboy, but that's just facts. MGR, good to see you. Dave X in the chat. I love to see everybody in the chat. Burn up the chat. If you want to, burn it up. Okay, love to see you. Now, there's also going to be a new C button. Now, this C button is speculated to be a new social space or some sort of in-game function. I am not a big fan of this new C button. The only reason I'm not a fan is because, I'm going to be honest, I hate the share button on the Microsoft controllers. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I share shit accidentally all the time. I'm playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I just shared a random screenshot of just me doing a random like attack. It's stupid. It's dumb. I think that button, which granted, if you are playing first-person shooters and you want to capture something and maybe stream it and put it up live, that is the day and age we're in. For me, though, I am just a person that doesn't like it. Maybe we should do certain types of controllers with it and without it, okay? And let's go ahead and say the last... No, we got 2 more features. I thought we were done. What the hell, Nintendo? How many extra features are you bringing? Okay? Dual USB-C ports. I think that is amazing. I wish I had my cable nearby, but there's a cable that I use for my JC200, which makes your Nintendo Switch, my original, feel like a Steam Deck. I'm not gonna lie, but it has 2 USB ports for dual charging. I think that is amazing. We need extra accessories, baby. Let's go. Nintendo, you nailed that one. Somebody said better accessories is gonna be there for, or even VR. I don't think Nintendo's jumping into the VR unless it's going to be in combination with Microsoft or Apple. I don't see any way Nintendo's jumping into their own VR space. That's just me. If someone else feels different, please let me know. And last, because I want to get through some of these chats here too as well. But last but not least, backwards compatibility. This is something that I think we all know it's coming, but we were wondering how it's coming with the Mix Switch being prominent. 4 consoles, just slap it in there and being able to, you know, throw a bunch of games on an SD card and play them. It makes a lot of people wondering, is this Mix Switch modification going to work on a Switch 2? Very curious. I have one to test, so when the Switch 2 is released, I will have one. Yes, because I would love to test it, okay? I would love to test it. Now, let's see some of these. Dave X is going to be one of those features that only gets used in a game or two, nothing after that. And I believe we're talking about the rotatable feature, okay? The rotatable feature, if it only gets used in a game or two, is going to be terrible. But I'm going to tell you where that works, Dave X. That will really work if it nails it on a first-party game, because some of those first-party games can control a generation. We remember Wii Sports, okay? Wii Sports was literally, I mean, everybody played Wii Sports on the Wii. That was all it was for, okay? So sometimes a game can, you know, make a feature. It could also break a feature. We've seen that, okay? Now, they always have a feature that no one uses and no games uses in the end. There's only one feature I want on the Switch 2, and it's not an official feature. It's confirmed that what it's for. BOO to US ports, boot to USB port. The more a single one is used, the more it breaks, then I get to repair it. Yo, this guy right now is a repair guy. For those who know, Dave X repairs consoles all the time. He's hoping you break your console. Guys, trust me, he loves that connector for the magnetic system that they're going to have on the Switch 2. He loves it because he's waiting for someone to break it. Okay, he's waiting. He's going to be there to repair it. Now, we're not done with Nintendo Switch news. We have a lot of news. I told you guys. Games at launch. This is something that is major because it has been talked about, but I'd love to continue talking about it. And now we got a couple, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of the same. But Mario Kart 9, everyone's seen the trailer. Guys, we know Mario Kart 9 is going to be a launch title, and we can all agree. If anybody disagrees, you're a flat out damn liar. You're a flat out damn liar. But you know, Mario Kart 8, okay, has been hands down the best kart racer out of any kart racer ever and held it down all the way until Mario Kart 9 is about to release. Okay, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear any disputes on that. You can go ahead and burn up the chat and say what you're going to say. But I'm telling you, you're wrong if you disagree. Okay, you're wrong if you disagree. That's just flat out. And now Mario Kart 9 is coming out, and I'm telling you it's going to be the next best racer. So after that, we're going to have a new 3D Mario game. I do not know what this Mario game is, but what I would love to see, and this is just me, I'm an old fart, okay? But I would love to see Super Mario 64 remastered. I know, y'all might feel different, but I think if we can get Super Mario, I'm about to say Super Mario Kart, excuse me. If we can get Super Mario 64 remastered and just add, instead of 120 stars, give us 160, okay? Just 40 more stars in there, maybe some extra levels, some extra things you can do. But give us some Easter eggs in there, and I'm not going to lie, guys, I will play the entire game of Super Mario 64 all the way through. One of the most nostalgic games to ever be released, most influential games ever, and I think if any 3D Mario game should come out, we can get a Super Mario 64 remaster. And I don't mean the remasters that everybody's been putting out already, because those are beautiful remasters. I mean, like, no, you know what? What do they call it? It's not remastered. It's another thing. Let's put enhanced. Okay, let's say enhanced, because, you know, remaster, people are going to say it look different, okay? But we also have Metro Prime 4. Oh, my Lord. Guys, I almost just shook in my pants right there with Metro Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4. Do y'all hear me? This is going to be one of the best shooters that is probably going to be released on the Switch. I'm going ahead and calling that now. It is expected to be cross-gen on the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Looking very forward to that, okay? And we're also expecting to see third-party support. This is probably one of the things that I'm most excited for. We're expecting to see Sony games and Microsoft games on a Nintendo Switch console. Did I step into the damn Twilight Zone, bro? Did I step into the Twilight Zone? We are going to see possibly Halo on Nintendo Switch, or you can see Last of Us on Nintendo Switch. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Sony and Microsoft, I don't know. I ain't going to talk no more than that. All right, now we can go on and on. I ain't gonna lie, I'm going on and on. There's just so much to talk about. Now, higher game prices. This is something that's gonna bring I know, don't, come on, I know. But yes, Nintendo recently raised their game prices in Latin America. For those who do not know, yes, game prices have already risen in Latin America for Nintendo Switch, okay? But people think this may not happen. But I'm sorry, usually in the market, this suggests a possible price hike, y'all. And Switch 2 games, they already getting you ready for the $70 game. I got a little stock in Nintendo, not a lot. I'm not at the investor meetings. I think you need like $2,000 to $3,000 worth of stock to be in the investor meetings. I'm not there, but I will say, yeah, I think they're going to raise the price. Okay. There's a lot of people wondering about Nintendo Switch Online. Recently, everybody check the news on this. You need to pay attention because this is something that's very crucial and serious. All right, Nintendo, get with the damn program. Nintendo recently removed Super Soccer from Switch Online, and you better stop playing. Super Soccer's one of them, okay? But everybody's worrying if this is going to set a precedent for future removals. I always thought, Nintendo, that you were going to build this lineup and you never were going to remove these games. And even if you did remove some, it was for reasons because of a re-release. I don't know if soccer, you know, Super Soccer might have a re-release or something coming. I do not know that, but I will say this. This shit scares the hell out of me, and I'm not lying. Nintendo is removing games right now. For those who missed out, Super Soccer from Switch Online has been removed. Okay? It's not there. Fans already hoping for GameCube games. Where's that? Switch 2, I guarantee we get it. Watch we get it for Switch 2. It's a marketing like Nintendo. Oh my God. See, all the good news I can talk. I'm sorry. Nintendo got us, man. They sucker their sin. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a sucker, bro. Because I'm paying for it if I get GameCube games too. I'm a sucker, man. Damn. But the biggest thing of all, limited power. I think a lot of people are worried, even though we're talking about playing all these AAA games, that it's still going to be underpowered compared to a lot of its competition. Everybody knows how many consoles the Steam Deck has sold. What is it? The Asus ROG Ally or whatever. You got so many handheld systems right now that Switch 2, you have first-party titles, which is going to rock for you. But you're dealing with a market where everybody's emulating everything you do. So a Steam Deck will be playing Switch games. All these handheld consoles running Windows will play Switch games. There are still emulators running Switch games to this day. It is a cat and mouse game that you will never win, Nintendo. So as long as you're a handheld game with other handhelds out there just as powerful and you're less powerful, that's where I worry. You're not going to sell like the Switch. You're not. You're not selling like the Switch. That is a fact. The Switch is just monumental. You're going to be a great console, though. You're probably going to have a smash release. I will give you that. Okay. Final takeaway. Yes, everybody, let's get damn excited. Switch 2, baby! All right, I almost broke my damn headset doing that, so I can't do that shit no more. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We got a good one. And this one, man, I feel like I'm going to have to diss my dude. I'm going to have to diss my dude, man. I don't be dissing people. Yes, this is my guy, man. I'm about to... Damn. Y'all know I don't be doing this, man. Y'all know I don't be doing this. I don't be doing this. I don't be doing this. RGT85, come to the front of the congregation. RGT, man, I seen the video you did recently. First of all, I want to say a couple things first before I start going in. Okay? And I want to pull up the video too, because we will be going over this. I want to make sure I go through things and put them in the right context, right? I got some different notes I've taken. Okay, I don't need these notes. Who cares about these other notes? I don't care. Okay, here we go. Some good notes here, okay? I want to pull up the video of RGT because I think a lot of people have agreed with what he said. And a lot of people have jumped on the bandwagon of this, but I just refuse to jump on the bandwagon. I'm a little different. A lot of people listening might not like this. They might not agree with me. I might be in the wrong on this, okay? I might be in the wrong. But I'm going to put this video up. Hold on. Let me get to it. Can I do my thing? RGT, can I do my thing? Can you stop talking, please? Thank you, sir. Now, everybody do me a favor. If you can, please share, like the content. And I want y'all to at RGT85 for me. RGT, I'm clipping this up and I'm putting at you anyway, man, because you got to get this smoke, man. You ain't the only one. There's been a lot of people doing this, man. All right? And I know people are going to agree with them, and I'm going to be the one that's going to go a different route. Joe, I want to say, Joe in the chat is the same thing, right? There we go. I want to put it with Joe. I said a game crash would come before he said it. Said a game crash will happen. All right. Joe said it, just the same thing. A game crash will happen. Okay. I want to ask a couple people in the chat right now. Okay. First, last year and this year, the start of this year and also last year, has a video game crash happened, and is it currently happening? That's my first question. For either last year of 2024 or this year. It's my first question. Has a crash happened, or is a video game crash currently happening? Because I seem to sway the other way of a lot of people. And RGT85, I want to say, unless Dave X. Can't stand this guy. I ain't gonna lie, man. RGT, man, I don't really watch RGT videos like that. I can't say. He does numbers, man. He's out there. He's doing his thing. So I want to say like that. He puts out videos, and it's a lot of video game videos. And anybody in the realm of putting video game videos out, I want to dap you up. It's enough for all of us to grow, and you keeping us all grown. So much kudos to you, RGT. I ain't gonna lie. He got one of those sluggable faces, though. He got a sluggable face. But my guy is definitely doing numbers. So, one thing I want to say is that RGT has said, like many others I've heard, states that there has been a video game crash, and a video game crash has happened last year and is continuing to happen. I disagree. I disagree highly. I don't just disagree. I almost want to say it's rage baiting, right? And I know everybody didn't expect me. I know.
Round 2.
I know everybody didn't expect me to go that route. I think it's rage baiting. I think when I hear the words video game crash, I think of terrible times. I think of things like Great Depression times, right? Where there are many people losing jobs, companies shutting down, and also everything around is terrible and there's no good. That's what I would determine as a video game crash. That is not happening. Now, in some of the statements I said, I can't agree. There are a lot of shitty games out there. A lot of shitty games being released that are not being updated properly. Even before release, even in beta stages, it's terrible. They're getting released, terrible. And you're waiting months for updates, terrible. We just seen Warner Brothers. You dirty bastard too, Warner Brothers. You dirty for that. But multiple studios, Monolith, I believe it was, multiple studios being shut down left and right, with leaving many developers without a job. And I know I have interviewed many of these developers. I have unreleased interviews as well of these same developers from these companies speaking on this. One was just released. Okay? So I know what the hell I'm talking about when I'm talking about this. It is terrible, bro. It is terrible. But I still do not think it's a video game crash. There's a lot of other things I'm going to discuss. But what I think first is, as we break this down, I think we should hear from RGT. And I want to take certain timestamps because I don't want to, I want you guys to watch the video. But I think it's only right if we show the timestamps and then we talk about it, or I talk about it right then. So I'm going to go ahead and try to share the screen. Hopefully I got this right. I screw shit up all the time. All right. And I already took a good shot. Okay. So let's share the screen and hopefully we got this right. Everybody should be able to see the screen. Okay. This is the video, and actually I want to take it out of full screen just so everybody can see. And I'm going to hit you with the thumbs up, the like, RGT, just because I want everybody to subscribe to RGT. I mean, my guy's doing numbers, man. My man pulling it in. All right, I don't watch his content, but I got to give props when props is too. All right? So, this is the video game crash of 2025. Okay, very deep topic with a lot of people losing their jobs out here, seriously. And I don't like people out here losing their jobs, okay, losing their jobs. But there's a time I want to go to about the 25-second mark, okay? So right here, we'll go about to the 1 minute mark. I want people to listen to this, okay?
A gaming crash. The gaming industry is burning down to the ground right in front of our eyes. Now, yeah.
Now, let me ask everybody, are we duplicating? Because I have a feeling we're duplicating. Hold on. I got this. I think we're duplicating. All right, there we go. We shouldn't be duplicating now. I'm trying to get this. Can everybody in the chat let me know, are we duplicating? I don't want to duplicate. I want everybody's audio perfect. Okay? Let's go back here. 24. Okay, sound is good. All right, maybe it's just me. I want to stop it there. We're in the midst of a gaming crash and the gaming industry is burning down. Now there's no sound? No sound? Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. There's something going on with this, man. There we go. See, what the hell is up? What is going on with you, man? How are you playing no sound, bro? Don't ever... My bad, y'all. Let's go ahead and do that again. Okay, I hope everybody let me know. They said the sound was fine. We're going to go ahead and play.
A gaming crash. The gaming industry is burning down to the ground right in front of our eyes. Now, yes, it is a mostly Western related issue right now, but there are instances of it happening in the East. It's just not as prevalent in the East, and people just completely rejected that message. You know who else people rejected with their bold message? Jesus. Now, I'm not saying I am Jesus. I'm not saying I'm Metal Jesus, but what I am saying is sometimes people don't like to hear the truth because the truth scares them. And the truth is something that kind of damages their image of what they have of something, of the video game industry.
All right. Let's stop right there. RGT. Okay, I got to go ahead. No. We got to pull me back up. I'm going to switch it back. I'm going to be honest. I think the words were, we're in the midst of a gaming crash. The gaming industry is burning down. I will say this. The gaming industry is not burning down. Speaking of, industry revenue year after year is growing. Okay? For me, a gaming crash does not result in revenue growing. Okay? And people can say investors are nickel and diamond people and all that. But a video gaming crash does not mean growth of revenue. A crash goes like this. Am I mistaken? Can anybody let me know if I'm wrong? Doesn't a crash go like this? Well, I would say the gaming industry this year is projected to reach $503 billion damn dollars by the end of 2025. I don't think that's a gaming crash. 1983, I know, it was the year I was born. A lot of y'all wasn't even around, don't even give a damn, right? But 1983, there was an actual crash, okay? There was revenue dropping by 97%. Major companies were facing crashes and almost out of business. All major companies. So imagine Atari, okay? Coleco, Mattel, Activision, I can go on and on. There were so many companies back then that were suffering no longer being around. What about Sony? They still making money. Microsoft, they still making money. Nintendo, still making money. Tencent, we all know making money. So I can't get with the crash thing. I think it's an easy target, and I do feel with a lot of people about the quality of games, but I think we got to stop saying video game crash. The truth is that during the pandemic, there was too much damn hiring. They hired too many people because everybody and their mama buying Nintendo Switches. Okay, everybody and their mama was buying consoles. So everybody was in game development. Everybody was home. Everybody was quitting their jobs. Everybody was jumping into game development because it was easy. It was affordable. You had everybody who never did an at-home business, a podcast, a goddamn anything, sell lemonade on the damn street from home. They tried it during the pandemic. I thank God I was doing podcasts before the pandemic. So they can say I've been doing the shit. Okay, pandemic didn't start podcasts with me. I was doing podcasts before it. But yes, many things were started because the pandemic and gaming had one of its biggest booms in a long time. There were so many companies that were started. There was so much massive hiring done that we are now seeing the changing of the system of gaming as we see it. It's changing. It's not the same, man. It's way different. Okay? Now, I'm going to go on and say some other thing, but I want to go ahead. Let's get to another time stamp here. This is like right here. Okay, let's go ahead. I want you guys to hear this. All right. And then I'll go ahead and bump in when I can. All right.
To the ground. There are now websites dedicated to just putting up whenever another studio layoff has happened. And I just happen to have that website pulled up right now. You could see here that this is for consecutive different years of issues within the video game industry, stemming back to 2022. Now let's do a little zoom in here. Let's do a little zoom in here so we can see some of the names, because obviously a lot of this is spawned by WB San Diego, Monolith Studios, Player First Games. Massive layoffs. Massive layoffs at WB Studio. Wonder Woman, a game that had a very large budget, canceled. Just completely vanishing from the face of the earth. A restructuring is coming. WB looking to sell off properties and stuff like that. Monolith, condemned.
Now, y'all heard it there. I agree with you, RGT. These layoffs are crazy. They're happening at rates we have never seen. But I don't think layoffs mean crash. It's just a correction. See, if you have a business, your business starts booming, and you have production go up. You have to hire employees to meet production. You then want more production. You get more employees. But then a competitor comes. Season changes. There's something that changes your productivity. Okay? So if your productivity gets changed, you still got those employees to pay. Those employees haven't gone anywhere. Your productivity is not the same. I'm sorry. That is not a crash. The developers I did interviews with, I definitely can say I feel for the loss of jobs. But they even stated as well that things are changing. Why do we have indie devs raising? Matter of fact, can we say if it's crashing, why are indie devs like this? Indie devs are like this. They ain't crashing. Indie, right now, it might be the best time ever for indie devs. Can we agree? We have seen some of the best games charting from indie devs. While you have AAA companies with too high budgets, I admit to that. Okay? And that's why these are happening. We cannot fault the system. Okay? We just can't fault the system. All right. And that's another part I'm going to get to. But one other thing I want to state. Also, this is not the only place it's happening. I think Amazon had some tech layoffs. Meta had some tech layoffs. Everybody's having tech layoffs, man. That's kind of going across because during that time of the pandemic, the tech boom happened. Everything's expanding. You're seeing a lot of layoffs happening right now. So it's just the market changing. I would call it that. But I won't call it a video game crash. Now, let's go ahead and get to the next point, okay? Let's get to the next one. All right, I think it's somewhere, I might be off on this one, but let's just try here, okay?
For things going on, for reminding you of things like Star Wars Outlaws, for things like Concord, for things like Payday 3, massive games that failed completely. Dragon Age, they just announced that it's going to PlayStation Plus because nobody's buying it. But where do these what is the problem here? The problem starts, for me, with the higher-ups. The higher-ups at these companies are morons. And I've said this a million times, but I'm going to say it again. These people saw what was happening during COVID. They saw the system sales. They saw the software sales. They saw the renewed interest in the video game industry and literally thought to themselves, hey, this is sustainable. This is the future. As time goes on, people are going to buy more games. This is just the baseline. Now it's only up from here. So what did they do? They hired people. They expanded studios. Anyone with a brain, a functioning brain in their head would look at what happened. Look at the fact that people were stuck at home, had no other options. You had no other options.
All right, let's stop right there. He kind of stated a lot of what I spoke about just a moment ago with the pandemic. I agree. You know, you didn't really have, he got a point. You really didn't have much options, right? I think a little differently. I think that, first of all, AAA budgets way too high, okay? I think that's what's sparking a lot of that. I don't think it's necessarily the pandemic. The pandemic did play a part of it, but I think AAA budgets are just way too high, man. That's just me. They just like these budgets, they keep going higher and higher. Call of Duty is one of them. I love Call of Duty. I think it's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. I'm a fanboy, so excuse me. But the point of this is AAA budgets are way too high when you have indie devs who are spending a fraction of the cost making amazing games. So RGT, I agree with you, but indie games are thriving. So is that a crash? One thing we can say is during the pandemic, it allowed a lot of indie devs to focus on games at home, master their crafts. Now they're becoming, so there are certain people that are taking the brunt of it because all these job openings came. And by the way, people were paid. Well, we're going to be mad when the pandemic happened and everybody got jobs and everybody was being paid and everybody was getting paychecks. It was cool then. But this is something that I hate in life. It's just unfair. And that's why a lot of times you got to be able to see things coming and be able to pivot and make moves fast. But this was inevitable. And that's something that he did say. So we'll agree on that. Okay. Now, it's only like 2 more points I'm going to make, and then we'll go ahead and move on. But I want to go ahead. Then there's somebody, you know, a couple people. I know we got Joe here. I want to bring on a couple things we're going to say too as well. All right. So let's go ahead and play this other part here.
Chasing trends from 5+ years ago. That's why you see this immersion or explosion, I should say, of these live service games. That what's happening now? They're dropping like flies because there's been so many failures. For every Fortnite, for every Helldivers 2, there's a Concord. There's a Lawbreakers. There's all the games that Ubisoft and EA made. There's a Knockout Ball, Multiverses, all this crap, all this live service slop that is from a time frame, from a mentality standpoint, of a bygone era. People are tired of things like these games. And really, I think Helldivers' success has to kind of, you know, lean onto the fact that this was a game that originally was a sequel to the original Helldivers that Sony didn't really have any involvement in. You know,
Okay. Stop right there. Let's stop right there. Live service games. Let's talk about that. Let's start there. Live service games. He did mention Helldivers 2. Success, right? Fortnite, success. We have live service games that are a success, but I'm not going to try to even ride that horse off into sunset. I give you, live service games may not suit people very well. They don't like live service games. That is the general consensus that I feel from everyone. I differ. I think that live service games, as long as they're free, offered for free, that they're great. That's me. That's my personal opinion. Allow everyone the opportunity to continue paying $30,000 if they want to. I'm not. Okay? I'm not going to spend $30,000, but if they want to and they want to be the best in the world, so be it. Okay, that is why these companies are making so much revenue. It's not us that are buying 1 or 2 games. It's the small 5% that are spending $30,000 on a game, $100,000 on a game, $50,000 on a game. It's them. It's them. Okay, talk to them. Talk to them. One thing I did notice, he didn't say single player games. Elden Ring. Elden Ring right now, how many did it sell? I don't even got the numbers here. Do I got the numbers? Where are the numbers? 20 million plus sales for Elden Ring. Okay. I see here. I got other numbers. Spider-Man 2, 10 million in 3 months. Baldur's Gate 3. These are a lot of single player games. It's single player. Okay? All those games thrived. All of them. I don't think that happens during a crash. And the live service failures don't mean the industry is crashing. Maybe live service games are just sucking right now. Okay? I don't think it's the industry crashing. 1983, y'all, when I say a crash happened, they released so many crappy E.T. and Pac-Man ports. Everybody was releasing them. You didn't know who was official. Right? Everybody put them out. This person put it out. This person put it out. It was so many shitty ports. Nobody wanted to buy them. They all played alike, or they had one thing different. You bought 3 ET ports, and it was only one little thing different, and you realize I'm spending my money on shitty stuff. So it went downhill. Okay? People realized that quick. Wasn't a lot of people into gaming, and you're trying to build this market, and you start throwing a bunch of shitty games out there. That's what happens. Right? So you had those companies fail. They just failed, okay? Now, I want to get to Baxter said, but we're going to go ahead. Wasteland, what's going on? To justify Helldivers being paid, though, their battle passes are in-game forever, unlike Fortnite, where I pay $17 a month on crew. Well said, Wasteland, well said. I am one as well. I play Clash Royale. I've been playing it for at least 5 years, yes. And when they started the pass, it wasn't a diamond pass and a gold pass. It was just a pass. I bought it every month. They switched from gold to diamond. I bought it every month. I recently stopped paying for it, I would say, the past 3 months ago. It is something that I've spent a lot of money. I probably paid Supercell a hefty dollar in paying for those passes. But guess what? Supercell got more money out of me than Activision did with Call of Duty. It's just smart marketing, man. And I hate it, but it's smart. And I'm a person that's going to call smart marketing what it is. Okay, if I'm going to spend $70 on a game and you can get a battle pass and you get $120 out of me in 1 year, you won. You got more money out of me. And that's the goal. So it's just unfortunate. That's where the industry is, man. Like, that's just unfortunate. All right. But let's go ahead and get to it. I want to play this next part here, and then we'll go ahead and move on. I think it's around, I've been guessing these numbers. I wrote down timestamps, but the timestamps are off, I can tell. So let's see.
For some reason, we've made our budgets so big for these games that it's not realistic. It is not realistic to sell 10 to 15 million units of a game at $70 that looks pretty mediocre. But you invested all this money into it. I don't understand how we got to this point. Because if anything, let's call a spade here. If anything, game development has gotten leagues easier. Leagues easier. Game development used to be a very strict club to get into. Game development, you had to be one of those computer nerds who just knew how to program stuff. And that's why people like John Romero kind of became like a face of an industry at one point in time, because he didn't look like your prototypical guy who sat in a basement with like glasses and, you know, a little molester mustache and stuff like that. He looked like a cool guy. So people gravitated towards that. It was very hard to get into games. But now with all these tools, with all these
Hey, hold on. Someone told me. I'm glad they messaged me. It wasn't on big screen. Okay, I'm going to pull it back on big screen. Let's go ahead and play that part because some people have missed it. Thank you for the... I love having my directors, producers, everybody on the side. Thank you for that. Okay? So they let me know it wasn't on big screen.
For some reason, we've made our budgets so big for these games.
Now, I don't want to go ahead and play all that
realistic.
Again, he was talking a lot.
Still trying to taste that dragon of diminishing returns. That dragon of, oh, you know what? We could have someone voice this, but if we get a Hollywood person to voice it.
Yo, I want to say this, man. We talk about the industry. He talked about being more accessible than ever. Luke, what's going on? Dap me up, Harry Knuckles and all. Let me pull me up big screen, man. Luke, what's going on? Dap me up. Good to see you, man. Everybody out there, if you please can, hit the like, share out the content if you can. RGT85, I'm sorry, man. I'm tearing you up right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tearing you up. I do feel you with the crash point right now. I'm fired up. I'm getting all these points. I wrote down bullet points, okay? And I'm going down the list. And I'm part chat GPTing you to death. I ain't gonna lie, I'm part chat GPTing you to death right now. But nonetheless, something I beat, like, over and over again is indie developers. He's right. Game development is easier than ever. It's more affordable than ever. Still costs some money, but it's more affordable than ever. So you find a lot of people jumping into game development and being able to make a game. That is why you have indie devs thriving. That is why. Without the pandemic, do we see indie devs where we are today? I don't think we give them credit for it. So all the stuff we could talk about, do we see indie devs where they are today without the pandemic? Because we had a lot of devs come from it. Okay? I'm going to just say that. Also, tech tools. That's a lot of reason why you're seeing people jump in. You got Unity, Unreal, all these different AI tools that make it easier than ever. Yes, but at the same time, you have AAA, budgets out there with so much money. They're spending years and they're coming out with half-ass products. That we can agree on. Cyberpunk should not happen. Okay, I'm glad they fixed it. No Man's Sky should not happen. I'm glad they fixed it, but those are things that should not happen. Okay? They shouldn't happen, but I'm be honest, the industry changing, RGT. It's not, it's not what you're stating, man. All right? It's not. So, let's go ahead and, oh my goodness. Hold up. There's one I want to pull up. It's around here. It's a little further in the video. Because I ain't going to lie. One thing I want to say, RGT, is you hilarious, though. You funny. You get me laughing. I'm laughing already, too. Okay. Let's go ahead and play.
But we're not done yet. No. Because there's another problem, folks. And it's a problem I've alluded to several times, and I will continue to allude to it. This toxic positivity bullshit. My God in heaven, the virtue signaling, toxic positivity bullshit. We literally learned that Concord failed. And one of the reasons why was because of toxic positivity. Because nobody questioned anything. Everyone just went along with things because it could be seen as hurtful. Disagreeing with someone, especially when we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, but strip away the money. Disagreeing with someone is not disrespectful. It's not rude. It's how the world works. Not everyone is going to think exactly like you. Not everyone is going to see a situation exactly how you see it. And all because that person does not see a situation or a thing the same way as you does not make that person a bad person. It gives you a different perspective. Just like you want to tell your story. You want your perspective to get out there, but you're not willing to accept other people's perspectives. And you see it time and time again with this hive-like mentality, toxic positivity. Everything is great. Everything is awesome.
All right, he going off right now. And I'm going to be honest. RGT's not saying what he really want to say. And I think a lot of people know what he's trying to say. I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm be honest. What he's stating about toxic positivity is the same thing some people will state with woke. He's talking about video games where if you do certain things, as far as give an example, if there is a video game with one race of people, there is going to be something possibly said about it because there is one race of people. If there is a video game that has gender roles where one gender is dominating another gender, the game can't be released because there'll be a group of people attacking that game to not be released. He's talking it and he's saying toxic positivity, but what we call it nowadays is woke culture. Excuse me. And I'm gonna be honest, it is something that frustrates me at times. I'm not gonna say my age, but let's just say I was born in the 80s. Okay? And I come from a time where I seen a lot, man. I watched Looney Tune cartoons where, they showed some, when I look back at it, yes, there was racial profiling going on. When I watch Tom and Jerry and I see the maid, yes, There was racial profiling going on. There was a lot of subtle things that I did not know about. That's what they're trying to erase, because through those things, even though we are fine, one thing I can agree on is it being there should have never been there in the first place. I'm not going to go away from that. Okay? Shouldn't have been there in the first place. But being that it's there, the fact that we're not affected by it, we cannot sit here and say that it's okay it's in there. So I'm going to say that. I can see both sides of it. I will say toxic positivity in certain games ruins it when you have games like, and I think it was World of Warcraft, when they removed a certain type of people and put them with another race of people. Or these people were stated to be made fun of because the color of them were brown and they were considered to be black, but they were really an alien race. And it was too close, so they changed it to something else. You know, you get all those type of things. I'm sorry. That shit does piss me off. I'm with you on that, RGT. Yes, that shit is woke. We need to get off that shit. Everybody needs to stop getting their feelings hurt, because sometimes if I have a vision, that vision cannot be carried through or lived through without me doing it. And a lot of movies seem to get a pass that video games do not. And I agree with you on that. That is something we terribly agree on. Terribly agree on. All right? It is a little too much. You call it toxic positivity. I call it woke. But gamers are more critical than ever. Other than that, if you want to say that, you know, toxic positivity, it ain't that we being all positive. No, we are totally tearing up Cyberpunk when it comes out. We tore up Redfall. We tore up Concord. We tore up Battlefield. We tore up every single game that comes out that is bad. Us as gamers, X.com, Twitter, formerly known as, y'all already know what happens. IGN, Kotaku, all these people, y'all know what happens. They tear them up. So we critical. We very critical of games. All right? Now, I could go on and on. I'm not going to go too much further than that, y'all, because there's a lot I got more stuff I can go on about, you know, how the industry is not crashing. Look at this. I can go on and on. I could talk about Atari and Mattel, how they really lost money in 1983 during the crash. That's a real crash. Okay, I could talk about ColecoVision. A lot of people don't know. I love ColecoVision, man. How they went down. Another big name company back then in the crash. That is a crash. I could talk about that. I could talk about a lot of other things, but we're not going to do that today. Okay? We're going to move on. We're going to go ahead and move on. Now, I got my man Joe there, which I do want to bring on. So I'm going to run through these next ones very quickly, and we'll do the Choose Your Fate segment where we can bring Joe on. Now, as you see, Mama Dukes, shout out to Mom Dukes. You know, everybody don't know Mom Dukes tuned in to the episode too. Mom Dukes, I'm lighting his ass up, Mama. I'm lighting his ass up, Mom. No, I'm joking. RGT's cool, man. I actually think that's why I wanted to say this is not no like RGT. Oh my gosh, he's so dumb. But one thing I will say, just to wrap all this up before I move on, I do think that it's very easy to grab onto certain things nowadays because we see it so much time and time again. And I'm even falling victim to that as well with a lot of things. I'm trying now to take what I see and trying to dive a bit deeper into it. And this is not the first video by RGT. He actually had a video game crash of 2024 video, right? There were other people who released video game crash videos. Joe even said he predicted a video game crash. And a video game crash is I think we say it, and what we mean by it is not the definition. I think that's more what I'm trying to get at. I think what we mean by video game crash is we're going to get to a point where we will see a revenue loss in gaming. But if you lost, let's say 5% of revenue in gaming from year to year, is that a crash? If you see, let's say a lot of the paid games and all the good games are, gone. And now all you got is this, live service crap. You got microtransactions everywhere, but yet it's still profitable. Is that a crash? It's not a crash, but it's gaming changing. All right, it's gaming changing. That's just me. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on. And I definitely want to get everybody's opinions on that because I know people might not fare with what I say on that. I might stand alone on this one, but that's why I say that's what I do. I gotta feel something and say what I feel. That's what I do. Okay? So, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Hopefully I get this right, man. I don't screw it up. I think I got it right. Bam, bam. Oh, I'm about to screw this up. I feel it. Okay, there we go. Now, guys, I'm going to get through this one very quickly. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, I'm going to stop sharing on the video right there, and I'm going to share on another video right here. This is actually very interesting. I don't have any notes for this. This is all off the top of the dome, popular poems. There is a dating app for game. Nah, I'm joking. Y'all thought I was going to do dating. I ain't doing no damn dating apps. What y'all think I am, man? I ain't doing no damn dating apps. But there is an app that is very similar to Tinder, but for video games. And I was interested in this. I was very interested. And I believe it's called Ludocene. I forgot what it's called. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Okay, I know I probably watched the video, so let's look at my history. All right, because this video I seen, I had to talk about this. This was like a no-brainer. Had to bring it up. Okay, here we go. Ludocene. Okay, this is their Kickstarter video. I want to pull up their Kickstarter video right now. All right, and I'm going to share this on screen. Everybody let me know if you can see this, okay? But there we go. All right. So as you can see, Ludocene, Taming Gaming. This is actually unlisted right now. Okay, the video's not listed, but I did have a link to it. All right. So you can see right now. Let's just go ahead and play some of the video. I'm not going to play the video in its entirety. You can check it out, but let's play a little bit of it.
Solve the game discovery problem. With thousands of games released every month, it's so difficult to find the games you'll love. Our Ludocene app solves this problem like never before. It's a dating app, but rather than matching it with people, it matches you with games. It's a deck builder where you pick the cards that perfectly represent your gaming tastes, and then it offers you a stream of games to pick through to find your perfect next game. I'm Andy Robertson. I've been a video game journalist for about 20 years. I've run a database of games for the last 5. And over that time, I've come to believe that video games are a really valuable medium. Finding the right game at the right time can completely change your day. But finding that perfect game has become increasingly difficult, whether that's websites closing down, social media becoming more fragmented. Where do we go to find the games we love? That's where the idea for Ludocene was born. A human data-driven tool that playfully puts games in front of you that have a high chance of matching with your taste so that you can discover your next favourite experience. This deck builder dating app idea was just magic. From the moment we saw it and started seeing those cards moving around the screen, we knew we had lightning in a bottle. This then went to another level once we added the idea of experts. These are journalists, academics, streamers, anyone who has exquisite tastes and great knowledge when it comes to video games. We pay them to get set up on the site, they have their card. If you select that, then those tastes are applied to the suggestions we're making for you. This means it's not just us in charge of these recommendations. You get to choose which of these experts you want to influence the tastes of the games we're putting in front of you.
There we go. All right. Hope everybody can hear me okay now. Had to mute on. I don't want to kill everybody with it because, like I said, we want to move on. I want to get other people in. But the concept of that, it's already being done in things like, I think you're probably going to Google Play Store. It's done a little bit, right? On Steam or, there's a lot of other websites, I'm sure, that do this where you play a certain game or it looks at your Steam library, sees games you like. But one of the things I found very interesting, and I'm sure many people are like me, I do pay for games and physical copies of games. I do buy some digital, but I find myself always needing like that one game or two where you can play quick, fast, and in between time. Right? It's not like your console game where you got tons of time to work on. You need something where you're in the drive-thru, you're getting your Whopper, right? You're getting a Big Mac, whatever. You're riding through, you need something to play real quick. And I find myself always picking up a game, and I change games probably every year. There's one game that's been consistent, which is Clash Royale. I've been playing that for 5 years, but in between, I've played Monster Ball. I've played Last War. I played, Puzzles and Zombies. I've played, I can go with Zombie.io. I played many different mobile games that I was just searching through looking for the right game to play. And it would be nice if I could just have a list of games that I knew for certain. This is very similar to the game I played before. This is like that. I could see a quick video of it, right? And all be there within one app where you can click, download, maybe you can do certain filters, free versus paid versus what type. I think that is nice. How will it fare out? It's a Kickstarter right there. Everybody can check out the Kickstarter. Just go ahead and pull up Ludocene. That's Ludocene. Should be able to see that on screen. All right. Now, let's go ahead and move on from Ludocene. Like I told you, we wasn't going to waste too much time. Okay, let's see if I do this right. Hopefully I'm doing it. Okay, we're going to do product of the day. Product of the day ain't going to be too fast. Y'all see, y'all probably can't see it. But product of the day is on the screen. It's an under-desk mount for your console, especially if you stream. This is something that I got right now hooked up. Matter of fact, I want to see if I can go ahead and show it. Let's see if I can show it to you guys right now. Oh, let's go here. There we go. Does it allow me to? It might not allow me. Let's see if it allows me to switch it right here. Okay. Okay, well, I can't do it. Well, I got a video of it. Let's see if I can play this video of it. And we'll see if the video works. The video should play, but nah, it's taking up too much time. I ain't got too much time like that, okay? I'm going to go ahead. Oh, okay, it's speeding up. Never mind. But this is Kai Tak under the desk mount. What I do is I got my Xbox Series X right here. Okay, anytime I stream and I play Call of Duty or other games, it literally is connected to my desk. It's out the way. I don't even see it, don't hit it, don't bump into it, don't nothing. And I have controllers and everything here. And I can mix controllers because I have my PC right here. So I can use the same controller on my PC and I can use it on my Xbox. It's like beautiful, man. So let's go ahead and play. Okay, we got the video ready. Here we go. Kai Tak drill, then we're going to move on. Let me guess, you sick of looking at that PS5 taking up all that precious desk space. I understand. Well, welcome this no-drill PS5 vertical mount. This is the ultimate space-saving solution for all you. Okay, I didn't like the way it was configured. That shit was terrible. Okay, I'm sorry. That was terrible. I don't know how it formatted it like that. Okay, that was terrible. I'm not going to let my audience sit through that shit, guys. I protect you. I'll protect you. I'm not going to let you sit through some terrible shit like that. You got to look at that shit. Oh, no. Okay, let's get y'all right. Let's get y'all right. We're going to look at it. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. That's a lot better because that was terrible. Now, let's see if this works. Everybody let me know how this looks instead. This should look a lot better. All right? No, that's terrible. I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that either, y'all. I'm not going to do that. That should look terrible, man. All right, here we go. That looks good. Sick of looking at that PS5 taking up all that precious desk space. I understand. Share screen. Welcome this no-drill PS5 vertical mount. This is the ultimate space-saving solution for all you gamers out there. All right? Compatible with PS5, PS5 Slim, and PS5 Pro. Now, this mount securely holds your console under the desk, disc or digital. It don't matter. All right. And the best part, no drills, no damage, no hassle. Less than 3 minutes, man. This thing is very simple to put together. Now, you can go from desk chaos to gaming bliss, baby. It is very simple. Just clamp it, connect the rods, and slide your system into place. It's that simple. Built tough to support up to 15 pounds, okay? Up to 15 pounds. So don't go trying to put that Xbox Series X on there. I don't know how heavy that is, but it's pretty heavy, okay? So take control of your setup right now. And get this. Okay. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. So you can go ahead if you want to check that out. Go look on Amazon. You will see that same video under the product on Amazon. It is Kai Tak under the desk system mount. Okay. And I'm going to just put Kai Tak. I'll put system mount. Okay, anybody want to look at that, go pull this shit up. All right, they ain't paying me for it, so I'm just doing this off the strength. Okay, I got a lot of products. That product is one I actually use, so I got to go ahead and, what I'm saying, give it up for it. Now let's move on to the best segment. This segment I need everybody to go ahead and share out. This is our best segment we always love. I'm bringing my man Joe too for this segment because this segment is a smash hit every time we do it. Every time we share it out, every time we clip it up. It's still getting comments from old segments. It's time, y'all, for none other than Choose Your Fate.
Go back, keep your goddamn mouth shut.
I love that sound effect. I don't know why it is. But we right now are going to do Choose Your Fate. This is one of our favorite topics. We actually debate two topics, or two games, excuse me, and you have to pick between the two. You got to choose which one. All right, and this is usually tough when you're a video game lover like myself, and you got to pick between one of two wonderful choices. Well, today, our topic is going to be about most influential. Most influential game. Which one is more influential? You got two games here. Which one meant more to gaming? Deep topic right here. Now, let's go ahead and get my man Joe in.
Yo,
Joe,
what's going on?
Man,
Good.
I'm
How are
chilling,
you
man.
doing, buddy?
Good to see you, man. Good to bring you in, man. Talk to you. Hey, how you feeling today, man?
I'm great because I'm on Nick Moses 05. Best
Yo!
place to be on a Sunday night.
Let's go. And they don't know Joe Dante's Italian Bistro. Check it out. All right, they need to go ahead, cop you a plate. All right, you trying? Hey, don't hate. All right, I don't mean to make you too busy. I don't want to make you too busy, Joe. I might need to slow down. You might get a line outside. I don't want to do it, but no, nonetheless.
Especially if DJ's in there, he'll be eating all the damn food.
Oh, DJ C Money ain't gonna leave, man. He gonna be like, can I spend the night? Right up there, you got to kick him out. You know what I mean? You got to kick him out. Now, we're going to go ahead and start, Joe, on Choose Your Fate. Then I want to get your opinion on a couple of the subjects we talked about today. So let's go ahead and bring up the All right. Whoa. They got me started heavy today. Okay. So, Joe, this is more influential. Which one do you think is more influential to fighting games? Now, we typically do this on the count of three, right? So that way we know we're not just picking the other one. Actually, you know what? I think picking the other one might spice it up. I think, you know what? Hell, let's go first, and then we go back and forth, okay? So I'll go first on this one, then we'll have you go first on the next one. All right, that way we do it. So on this one, if I had to pick more influential between Street Fighter 2 and Super Smash Brothers, no brainer, Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 has single-handedly controlled fighting game mechanics for multiple decades. Smash Bros did come in and actually got the party fighter started. You're seeing a lot of party fighters come, and there are other games taking this mechanic to new levels. But I will say, Street Fighter 2, what other game did a Hadouken Fireball before Street Fighter 2? You know what I mean? What game did the Dragon Punch mechanic where you go forward, down, and then diagonal? Like, nobody was doing that, and Street Fighter took the blocking, holding back, and a lot of other things. These fighting game mechanics are wonderful, so more influential to gaming. It's a no-brainer. Street Fighter 2. Joe, what you got?
Definitely Street Fighter 2. You know, it was on a lot of the systems. It was on Sega. It was on the Nintendo. It's definitely a staples. I didn't even know they even made a Super Smash for Nintendo. Didn't even know about that. That's news to me. I'm not lying to you. That's news to me. I did not know they made that.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I played it. I wasn't a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the party battle games. You know what I mean? I'm not good at them either. So that may be why. But I like the standard fighting game mechanics, you know, that you can learn and pick up quick, fast. The fighting game mechanics here they're just different.
And with Street Fighter, I can't speak on Smash for it, but on Street Fighter, it had beautiful visuals. I remember back in the day playing on Sega Genesis. I'm like, this shit looks real.
Facts. You right. And that was, you're right, Sega Genesis. We were getting it from arcade to home console.
Yeah.
You're right, Joe.
It was a great port.
Different times, man. They don't understand. All right, now we're going to go on to the next one. Okay. So, out of these two choices, which one is more influential?
Oh, this is easy.
Pokemon Red and Blue, 1996. World of Warcraft of 2004. Joe, you have the honor to go on first this time. Which one do you choose as more influential game?
Definitely hands down Pokemon. I remember in school back in the day, they were playing on Pokemon. They actually had the, what do they call it, data link up cables, and they were trading Pokemon like in the classroom. That's all it was. We see Game Boys everywhere. People trading everything. And they were just like, that's it. All you hear was, do. That's all you heard.
Yo, you speaking facts, Joe. Ain't even got to talk. Pokemon Red and Blue, man. What are they talking about, man? They don't know nothing. You're right. Ding, ding, ding. Man, we was battling all day, man. Fine. And then not only that, iconic starting Pokemon. You talk about, you got, what was it? Charizard.
Yeah.
You had Squirtle. You know what I mean? Bulbasaur. You know, these were iconic. Pikachu. World of Warcraft, I give it up for the PC gamers out there, man. They gonna swear.
And don't forget that wonderful Wormlight.
Oh my goodness, man. Hey, one of my favorites was Geodude. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Geodude, man. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it is a no-brainer, man. Pokemon Red or Blue, not even you know what I mean? World of Warcraft. Come on, I ain't gonna lie. World of Warcraft is nice, but it ain't got nothing on Pokemon Red or Blue. Let's keep it facts. Yuri Soft, what's going on? Dap me up. Hairy Knuckles and all. All right, and I see Cuzzo. Cuzzo says Street Fighter 2 on the previous choice, which I agree, everybody. That's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? So right now, we hands down, we're going the same. So I'll go first on this next one. All right, let's see what we got for this next one. This a tasty one, man. Damn, I got to go first. So, okay, we got more influential to gaming. Grand Theft Auto 3, released in 2001, or The Elder Scrolls Skyrim in 2011. I'm going first. I'm going to do the honors. Damn, yo. This is crazy. I'm going to go Skyrim, bro. I'm going to go Skyrim. I might be, man, I feel so bad doing this, man. Because Grand Theft Auto 3. We talking about Grand Theft Auto 3, man. It's the reason I bought a PlayStation 2, man. I can't do this to this. I didn't buy a console for Skyrim. But this is why I say Skyrim, man. If Dark Souls was up there, I would have picked Dark Souls. I think this era of games, Elder Scrolls is the peak. Like the Elden Rings, there's the other one, what is it, Black Myth? There's so many. Right now, those type of games, I've been playing them. I ain't gonna lie. Occasionally, I throw my cheats on now. Anytime I play my single player, throwing my cheats on. Don't get it twisted. But I've been playing those games, and I mean, Breath of the Wild and all these games seem to capture the same exact thing like Skyrim. Now, I can't say Skyrim was the beginning of it, but if we have to pick more influential, I'm gonna go with Skyrim. Joe, and by the way, Joe, before you go, we got Josiah said Skyrim, Yurisoft said GTA. So we broken up right now. We 50-50. All right. But go ahead, Joe.
I would say GTA. I remember playing that back in the day. My dad actually got me a used copy of GTA 3 at Goodwill for $20, and the game wasn't working, and he returned it. And I don't remember how I got a working copy. I don't really remember. Maybe at Blockbuster or whatever, but definitely GTA 3. And for the open world games, I know we're going off topic or whatever, but Shenmue really paved the road for them open world games.
You said that Shenmue. I ain't gonna lie. They sleeping on Shenmue. But we know Shenmue.
They're really sleeping. They're like, their alarm's going off and they're deaf.
They need to come. Hey, Sega, where you at? You know what I mean? Shenmue right now, you can come back out. Put it out, you know. But I'm with you on that, man. Now, Yuri said something good. Some would say that normies weren't playing Skyrim, but they were GTA 3. You right. Yuri, I'm not going to lie to you, man. GTA 3 was one of those games where all the homies were there. Even if they didn't play games, they said, man, give me the controller. Like, I'm not going to lie. It was. They're not grabbing the controller on Skyrim. They sitting back watching. Skyrim, they listening to the sound. Like, oh, damn, that's great surround sound. Damn. But I'm not going to lie. Damn. Which one would be better to watch if you're sitting back watching?
I would say GTA 3. I would say GTA because your friend, you're going on sprees and stuff. I don't want to say the word. You're going on sprees and stuff, and it's like as soon as they're out, controllers to you. That's what we used to do back in the day. Me and my friends. Okay, see who can longer last this with all them stars.
You're right. That was the game. Who could last the longest at 6 stars? You know what I'm saying? And there was certain things you couldn't do. Right? You couldn't go in a building and just sit there. Right, you had to be like, you got to stay out in the open.
Yeah,
you got to survive, man. So he right. Alex, what's going on? Dap it up. So that was a toughie, man. That was a toughie. We split on that one, but we got split in the chat too. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go on and move to the next one. Right, let's move. Now, okay, Joe. I'm gonna introduce him, but I think it's gonna be your turn. All right. First, which title is more influential? On the left, we got Minecraft, released in 2009, or Tetris, which was released in 1984. Joe, which one you got?
Oh, Tetris, hands down. I remember playing that on the Game Boy. Definitely Tetris. It's like, I remember when I got my first phone, it was a crappy flip phone, and it came with like a clone version of Tetris.
Yo, Tetris is on everything. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You would have messed around and got one of them watches. Remember, we had the watch that would flip up and it had to look. You playing Tetris on that, man? They don't know Tetris was on everything, man. Now, this one, Joe, is a lot tougher for me. I thought I was gonna instantly say Tetris, and I started thinking. Influential. So Minecraft, open world, randomizing. So the more you move, the world randomizes, right? Building. It's one of the first games where you had people build creations. So people were taking the actual game and building creations within the game. So they were building games within games, similar to what you see on Roblox,
It's a rabbit hole.
Fortnite, and everything. But Tetris, man, is it's the puzzle. It's the puzzle, man. Like,
It's a puzzle of puzzles.
it is, man. And before its time was Pong, right? Pong.
Yep.
But this is a toughie, man. I'm gonna go with Tetris, like you. I just think with so many puzzle games coming out after, and a lot of people don't know this, during our time, Tetris set a wave of games like Dr. Mario. And, I think even games like Columns and Clacks. And I think a lot of these games were inspired through Tetris.
Tetris is definitely like the starting block of like the puzzle games. Like you got the bubble games and the Bombermans and all those other kind of games that deal with that.
You're right. Now, Josiah, how many games have been influenced by aspects of Minecraft? And how many? That was similar to what I was saying just a moment ago. Like, I will say a lot of influence has come from Minecraft. I think Roblox is pretty much Minecraft, right? I think that influence came from there. I don't know which one was released first, nonetheless, but I think Minecraft was out long enough.
I think Minecraft came out first. I could be wrong there.
I think so too. Now, Yuri says, I'm not sure how much you can compare because the older games will have a big advantage over newer ones purely based on the time, which I will agree. You do have those older games, but the impact still can be overweight. Like a lot of people have said here, even in the chat, you have said, Josiah said, Minecraft. I can admit myself, like, it's tough. I couldn't just flat out, but I'm an old head, man. You right.
Yo, we both
Tetris.
old. You're a couple years older than me.
You right. Couple years. We some old heads, man. Some old ass. Josiah, Tetris is cool and all, but you don't see companies taking parts of Tetris into the game. No, you don't, man. And I ain't gonna lie. Tetris nowadays ain't what it was, right? They tried everything. They tried Wetrix. You remember that? Like, they had a ball of
It's all about the Candy Crush and the old ladies.
Yes, exactly. So, here nor there. The old man, we showed our ass just now, Joe. We showed our ass right there. But let's go ahead. Let's see the next one. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I know what I'm picking. I think me and you are picking the same, Nick.
Okay, here we go. So, I'll take the honors of going first. This one, which game is more influential? Doom of 1993, the original Doom, or Halo Combat Evolved 2001. Y'all gonna be mad at me, man. I'm ashamed, Joe. I gotta say it, man, because everybody know my favorite game right now, man. I live by, I sleep by, I breathe by. Okay? Call of Duty. And I think that Halo has paved the way for some excellent multiplayer matches from every single game thereafter. Okay? So, when I say more influential, I gotta go with Halo Combat Evolved. I think the influence on multiplayer gaming and online gaming first-person shooters is bigger than the influence that Doom had on the first-person genre. And that's tough to say with a straight face, man. It's tough to say. I'm not gonna lie, but I think of Wolfenstein. I think of other titles, man, that I gave that to. But I'm not gonna lie. Doom took the cake. Damn, I hate saying that. Damn, I feel bad. I'm going with Halo. I said it. I'm done. I'm out. I can't take it back. Joe, which one you got?
Halo, hands down. I remember back in the day playing that with local link-up cables, separate TVs in different rooms, playing online and everything. Halo definitely paved the way for first-person shooters, like 100%. Talking trash and hanging out with the boys and stuff.
And you
definitely
know what?
Paved the way.
And look, Joe, we got in the chat. We got 2 right now. Both said Doom. We out. You know what I mean? But I will say with this.
Here's the deal. When I think of Doom, I think of hacking. Can Doom run it? That's all I think about. Piracy and hacking.
You know what? Yeah, that can Doom run it. That is infamous, right? Now, one thing they did say is Doom cult following. But Halo also has a cult following because you have the series character. Like I think this is a tough one. I think this is a lot tougher than what I maybe make. Like this is probably out of all of them, I would say this is probably the closest.
Yeah, like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, one I do agree. Doom monsters. Like I don't think you see the monsters you see in Halo, the grunts and all the different ones that I don't think you get them without Doom being there. Yeah. Right. At the same time, I don't think you get multiplayer matches because we know just local multiplayer matches were crazy.
Yes, they were.
You got to hook up multiple Xboxes, so now you got 16 people. We were introduced to 8-on-8 before 8-on-8 on the line. Yeah, I'm going to go with Halo. You know what I'm saying? Now, Josiah said, good point. I say Halo had the multiplayer aspect on point, but Doom set up the whole chaotic RPG game. That's why I say Doom, the whole boom, boom, turn around, shoot, Doom, boom, got to step back, jump over this. And Doom started that. I'm not going to lie. Wolfenstein did not have that. Wolfenstein was a little more slow-paced. That's what I will give Doom. Doom was the first time where you had jump scares that really scared you. Like, Wolfenstein was a couple, door open, the guy's there, right? But no, like, Doom was like you fall out of nowhere, land on a platform, and everything opens up, and it's a circle of, whoa, things coming. So it was really different with Doom. So I got to say that. But are there any others? No, that is it for Choose Your Fate. All right. Now, choose your fate out the way. I'm definitely clipping that one. That was a good one. Right after we do this one, I ain't doing shit but clipping that one. Like, I love that one. We got a lot of great feedback and going back and forth. So now, Joe, it was a couple other topics we were discussing. I do want to get your input on, right? Okay. One of the things is the Switch 2, right? Yeah. You're out there, man. You know about the Nintendo Switch, so I need to get your input. What do you think about $400, $450 price tag? You think that's nice? You think that's too much? What do you think?
I think that's what people are expecting to pay between $400 to $500 for. The problem is the little kids, Going back to the Switch 1 real quick, my neighbor has the Mexican restaurant, the little boy there, he's like maybe 5 or 6, and I asked him, do you have a Switch? He's like, no, my birthday's coming up soon, I'm going to get a Switch. So they're still selling these Switch 1s to like the newer generation of kids that are like, are getting up there, they can talk, they can move around and function. The parents don't care. They're just going to get them to Switch 1, but the people like us and maybe like the younger people, maybe like 16 to 23 or whatever, they're going to get the Switch too.
All right, Joe, let me ask, what out of every feature, because, they've been announcing all types of things, man. Magnetic Joy-Cons, dual USB-C ports, Mario Kart 9 launch title. Like, out of everything you heard around everything with the Switch 2, what is the most exciting for you? I think I know what it is.
Oh, you got that right. Make Switch.
I knew that one, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. The most exciting thing, which if a lot of people don't know, me and you are both waiting.
Yeah.
Go look up we gotta now correct it, right? It's like Twitter. We gotta say X. We should be saying McFlash, right?
Yeah, McFlash. I'm sorry, it just rolls off the tongue easier. McSwitch.
It do. I still say the McSwitch, man. The McSwitch, so. But, McFlash, for those who don't know, go and check out the McFlash, okay? Yeah. If you want to back up your games, legit, Okay, you go ahead and go to McFlash, man, and go ahead and get you one. We are curious if this is going to work on the Switch 2 with backwards
I think it
compatibility.
is because it hasn't been patched out on the Switch 1. They're more worried about atmosphere. Here's the deal. It's easier for them to like break atmosphere than break the flash card. You know?
You got a point. Now, Josiah said, I think it's stupid because why would you pay the price tag of a PS5 with a monitor and an extra controller for a handheld? Josiah, good point. Here's a good point. Now, one thing I want to say to that is, Josiah, this is something I spoke about before. I agree with the price point. I agree. I think it puts it in a rough place because if you're a person, the leaps in gaming are getting smaller and smaller generation to generation. So if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro to a PlayStation 5, how much different are you getting? Right? So someone who has neither, I don't have a PlayStation 4, I don't have a PlayStation 5, I don't have a Switch, I don't have an Xbox. What do I get? And they have this choice. Do they get a MetaQuest 3S? Do they get this? And they say, you know what? Man, I got $500 to spend. What do I get? And they go ahead and they make their decision. Do they say, I get a Switch 2? Or do some of them say, hey, I want a handheld. I could just get a damn Steam Deck. I can get, any one of these handhelds. So he does make a valid point, but I just think the market, with the way it is, where the hell do you price the Switch to? Like, if you price it $300, then you have to lower the price of the original Switch, which means Switch Lite goes to $100. The original Switch, the version 1, goes to $150. The OLED goes to $200. Like, where are we at this
Now,
point?
see, here's the deal. What they can do is, let's just say, for sake of argument, that 100% backwards compatibility with game cartridges from Switch 1 works in Switch 2. For them to avoid this, they have to pull them off the shelf. Like, let's say the Switch 2 is coming out in, let's say August. So a month beforehand, they have to pull out all the Switch 1s and be like, okay, you can only get the Switch 2, you can play Switch 1 games on here. That's the only way they can avoid that.
Okay.
Because they've been like copying and pasting the Switch Switch 1 with, get this version, get the Fox Den version, get this version, get the big version. There's too many damn versions of it. They don't even look cool. It's just crappy etching on there. Make it look cool. Do like a permanent custom theme that you can't get on anything else. Like, make it look unique.
Yeah, no, and I'm with you on that, man. I don't say, Josiah said it's supposed to be for new generation of games being exclusive to current gen consoles. Now, I will say this: as far as systems being released, I do think this is going to be a hit launch. Like, it's weird.
Oh, it's gonna go down hands down. The fucking scalpers are gonna be
scalpers. You're talking about, this is a double-edged sword, because usually when you get top-notch console release, you don't get the top-notch game release to go side by side along with it.
Yeah.
Like, you usually don't get, so for instance, if they release a new Xbox console alongside GTA 6, right, or something like that, like, you don't have that happen no more.
Yeah, like the perfect package.
Yeah, you right now have a launch of a Switch 2 console, and you literally held every kart racing gamer out for over 10 years. And
all ages, too. All ages,
All ages, Joe. You nailed it. So we're not talking about rated, 13 plus or anything. You literally have an everyone all title in Mario Kart 9.
See, there's one big problem with the scalpers, and they fuck up the modding community. Same thing happened when the PS5 got its first actual jailbreak. People can attest certain things. Oh, I don't have a system. I wasn't able to get one. There's people like me and other people out there in the community that buy two systems. We're not scalpers. One that's on the original firmware, on the lowest firmware it can be on, and the other one is for legit use. With these fucking scalpers, it's going to be impossible for the community to pick its ass up off the ground. Same thing's going to happen with the Switch 2. It happened with the PlayStation. It just takes a really long time for it to get started.
Now, Joe, there have been certain programs to combat, right, scalping.
Oh, those don't work.
Okay. I was going to say, what program have you seen work? But you took the words. Okay. No programs. Nothing working, man. You're right, because they do. It seems like every time they come out with a program, they just abuse the program.
And
right?
we have a bigger problem too. I don't mean to interrupt you. I just thought about this. We have a bigger problem too. GameStops are closing left and right. Doesn't matter if you support it or not. If you want the system, you have to get it from somebody. And it's just like they picked the wrong time to close.
They did. They did. And Josiah made a good point. Josiah ain't going to hate on it now. He did say the Spider-Man with PlayStation 5. I will say, I think that was a Miles Morales one. I'm not sure. It may have been. But I know that Spider-Man 5 was heavily talked about. But the thing is that we've had our taste of Spider-Man. I feel like we still was kind of, it wasn't like people were drowned out of Spider-Man for so long. Like, if we were drowned out of Spider-Man, I can see people saying, I'm single-handedly buying a Sony console for Spider-Man. Few of those, but I didn't see a whole lot.
Yeah, it was a Miles Morales one. It was a limited edition PS5 with the it was like a black and red system. It was really hard to get.
Yeah, that Miles Morales, because that was definitely a smash hit game. I will say that, hands down. It was a smash hit game.
Oh, it was a great game. I loved it. The visuals looked beautiful. The gameplay was nice. It was nice not to get a broken game for once.
Yeah, you're right about that. But Mario Kart 9. One thing we could say is, what broken Nintendo game, first party, have you played?
I can't mention one. But
Nintendo ain't known for doing that.
I can only mention like the ports, like for instance the Doom games, the Red Dead Redemption games, the GTA games. Yeah, that's all I can mention because they're too like intense for the system to run.
Yeah, and see that was like can Doom run it? Remember people used to say, can it run Crysis?
Yeah,
Crysis. Oh my goodness, man. Run Crysis with all your graphics all the way up and watch your computer burn. Oh man, now we got to, Joe. We got to bring in the man of the hour, man. You already know the man who taking all our dollars, spend them on vacation, buying everything, but we wouldn't have it no other way.
And flying first class.
DJ C Money.
Yo, we got the Nick Moses 05 drip on.
You got the money. Yo, you making it look good, man. I was trying to be all professional today, man. I was trying to be good today, man. I was trying to keep my button up. I was gonna be a good boy today. I might have to take this off. Shit, I might have to get hot. Nick Moses 05. Shit, you got it. I don't think I got it.
Let's do it, Nick. Let's do it, Nick.
I got the gray on today. Dude? It's probably E3.
Hey, Joe, how are you, man?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. And Nick, what's up, buddy?
Man? What's up, man? Good to see you, man. How are you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good, man? That's good. Hey, let me ask you something, man. What did you do this weekend? What'd you do over the weekend?
First of all, rest in peace to Miss Angela. I forgot her last name. It's probably one you know I'm talking about. She was the greatest singer that passed away in a car accident. What's her name?
You said Angela. We got Angela, though, man. Condolences out there to Angela.
Yeah, Angela.
Condolences out there to Angela.
Yeah,
car accident.
That's a shame.
Tragic. Yeah, that's tragic.
Yeah, it was, man, I can see anymore.
Yo, what is DJ C? What are you listening to? What is that in the background, man? What you listening to?
Oh, that's my mom downstairs.
Oh, yo, mom's thumping. She must be cleaning. She thumping. Yo, mom's thumping that loud. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Your mom, she real. She a real one. You know what I'm saying? Your mom's a real one. Your pops a real one too. You know what I'm saying? God bless his soul. Man.
Yes.
He's a real one, man.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Mom and pops was both some real ones. Now, DJ C Money, man, I'm gonna be honest. We had a great show today, man. I need you to answer just one or two things for me. Then I'm gonna have you take us out. First, of today's show. I noticed you came in a little late, man. What happened? What happened, man? I thought you was clicking the button. I was a little behind. I ain't gonna lie, that was on me.
I was calling you.
You was calling. I was live. I couldn't answer. I was live. I can't answer in live. I can't be, then
What
I gotta
time
do not disturb. Do not disturb.
What time do you start?
I ain't gonna lie, I started at 6, but recently it's been black people time, so it changes. Okay. It's supposed to be 5 minutes after 6 in black people time. That's like 6:45.
Hey, what's going on, dude? How you been?
I'm blessed. How are you, man?
Doing good, keeping busy.
Oh man,
Keeping busy working and cooking.
How things at the restaurant, man?
Up and down. I had somebody order something today and decide that I'm not going to pay for the order and never picked it up. And it happened yesterday too. So, LOL.
Damn. So hold up. We gotta talk about that, Joe. We gonna air their ass out. So they ordered on the phone. They call you, hey, can I get the ravioli, spaghetti, garlic bread, the whole 9. How much was the order for them? But they told
the order from yesterday was about $45, and today's order that happened again from a different customer was maybe about $25.
God damn, $65 out the damn window because somebody.
You know what happens, Nick? They order the food and they realize they can't afford it.
Yo, then you know what, Joe? I agree with you because my wife says that shit, and at first I used to be like, no, they don't do that. But recently, yes, it seems like that. You hear some of these people and the shit they complain about and go through, and they like, man, look, I'm gonna say this for everybody out there, DJ C Money, I need you to go ahead and let these people know. Do not call Joe and order anything from Dante's Italian Bistro if your ass is broke.
That's
okay?
Right.
You ain't got no money. Don't call Dante's Italian Bistro. They like customers with money. They don't like broke customers that can't afford the food. They want customers who can afford
what, Joe? Don't worry about it. I got your back.
He's gonna pay for it out of the budget, Nick. He's got
you right. He got it tapped in. He got the card. He just swipe it. Boop, take it off.
He's got that American Express card.
Hey, wait a minute.
Big money. No, I feel
Nick, what up?
Yo, in the back, I don't know, man. I would think in the background, I don't know, man. As a matter of fact, I got to get ready to head out and, go ahead and check on her too, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to check. But we going to say, shout out to the ladies.
That never gets old, Nick. It never gets old.
Nah, it don't, man.
Nick, you need to make that a Nick Moses 05 shirt.
Yo, I do. You right. Joe, hands down, Joe. I think that is immediate. He right. Shout out to the ladies. Need to be made a shirt, and it needs to be some of the most ratchet. It needs to be a dude like with a mustache and he put the fake hair attachment on like a girl, and he be like, shout out to the ladies. You know what I'm saying? He has to look as ratchet as he can look. Nails as long as like 12-inch nails. Shout out to the ladies. We want it like that. All the way ratchet. We got to go all the way with it. We can't go halfway. All right. So, DJ C Money, it's your time, man. It's your time to shine. Yo, Josiah said like white chicks and shit. Yo, you do. You got to go all out with it, man. You just got to make that shit as ratchet as can. Cheekbone strong as hell, but shout out to the ladies. And then that's going to be the shirt. You got to. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Go all out. Them shirts gonna be hot. They're gonna be like, man, that's the. And then it say shout out to the ladies. That's what make it even funnier. That's why it has to be a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to the ladies. Oh God, that shit is funny. Now, DJ C Money, it's on you, man. Go ahead and you take us out, man. You'll take us.
First of all,
hold on, DJ Money. Before you do, because you take it out so good that it's gonna make my shit sound whack. Can I get mine out first? Can I get my whack shit out first?
Well, first of all, I can't do the music because I watched the Oscars and American Idol.
All right, cool. You ain't even got to do the music, man. It's all good. It's all good.
So it's gonna be a while.
All right, okay. So I'll go ahead and say, yo, I'll take them out first. Yo, shout out to everybody who tuned in, man. Thank you, Joe, DJC Money, for being here. Josiah, I see you. Yuri, I see you. Shane was here. Alex, I see you. Cuzzo, Trey Parlay, I see you. Wasteland, I see you. Okay, MGR, I see you. Whoever else I left out, I don't know if I left you out, my bad. But I see all y'all out there in the chat. Many people who did not write anything. We're on multiple platforms. Shout out all y'all out. Love the hell out of y'all. Bow. Joe, it's on you.
Like and subscribe to Nick Mo's So 5 on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. Also, very important note, without getting into an argument, there is a gaming crash coming.
Yo, Joe, we're going to have to do a video just on the gaming crash itself. Because, you know.
I feel it in my bones, Nick.
Oh, snap. And yo, Josiah, every Sunday, 6, just stay, you know, sometimes to get black people time, so just remember, it might be 6:45, but 6 o'clock is supposed to be the time that I stream every Sunday, and during the week, I put up things too. Typically, I've been out of the, out of the loop, but we need to get back on our game. All right, there we go. DC Money, it's on you, volume 2.
First of all, Joe,
Yeah.
I got a quick question for you, man.
What's up?
So, is it a way that I could get a menu sent over here?
I gotta figure that out, but you can go on Facebook. Nick can send it to you.
I gotta call. I'm sorry.
He thumping. Hey, Josiah, I see you. Oh, British man, shout out. Yo, everybody out there, man. Shout out everybody outside of the States, man. I think we had Shane in Melbourne, Australia, who's gonna be coming to America, man. Can't wait to see you, Shane. You know,
That's
everybody
last
with their
name said
passports. Dap up passport gang.
I'm
Passport
sorry.
bros.
That's my cousin from church.
Oh, okay. But go on here. It's all good. Josiah, yeah, it's 3 a.m. for you. I'm Central Time, man. It's 8:55 p.m. It's going to be 9 p.m.
All right. Right now, I'm almost at 10 o'clock, and I haven't eaten dinner yet.
I know. And me and you both. I'm starving, man. Shit, the frozen pizza sound like gourmet right now. You know what I'm saying? DJ C Money, my bad. It's on you, volume 2.
Yo, I want to thank everyone for tuning out. I've been tuning in today. Big shout out to my homie, Joe. My homegirl, Trust Away. I see my friend.
See, I told you my shit gonna be whack. That's why I let him go. Get mine out the way.
You gotta do them super close-ups, Nick.
Somebody help me with this man.
Who, Josiah?
Josiah.
Yeah.
Yuri.
Yuri?
Everybody else that I met, I saw.
Don't forget MGR.
MGR.
Oh yeah, MGR.
MGR in the building, in the damn building.
MGR was on my dick. Dr. Dead Desmond, are you watching?
You right. Specimen. Shout out Specimen.
Specimen.
That's Specimen all the way.
Yeah.
Sorry he's not here tonight.
I know.
Oh,
That's tripped
man.
out. I ain't even thinking you right. Tripped my mind, man.
You
Specimen, where you at?
The homework.
Yeah. He doing homework somewhere. You right.
The old lady's on his ass. You need to get off Nick Mo's So 5 podcast.
You need to focus on that damn school and not that podcast.
Oh yeah, the old one. Yeah. Get to the homework.
Yo, DJ C Money, man, you got it.
We're not supposed to be watching that.
Yo,
Mom, come on, Mom.
you finished? Yo, you out of there? Is that it? Alright.
But anyway, to everyone I met, I am so sorry. It's a lot of you on here tonight. I had to keep up. You know what I mean? Yeah, help me hello, that's right. Everybody that tuned in, I know I'm talking too much. I know Nick is like, hurry up. But yeah.
You all good, man. The
I'm
budget. You got
trying,
the budget.
Nick. Jeez. But anywho, like and subscribe to the man. Let's get it, man. Let's go. We're out of here. Peace.